way or you'll miss Jake.
The end of December sees the end of the production of Reliant's three-wheelers. For the last 65 years, they've given a few of us cheap, reliable motoring, and the rest of us a lot of laughs.
Do you know, I found out the other day they actually make Reliant Robin three-wheelers brand new.
But while most people instantly associate the name Reliant with these quirky plastic tripods, they too quickly forget that the company also produced a range of sharply styled sports cars. They dipped a toe in the water with the Sabre of 1961 and then announced the first Scimitar in '64, a car which led to an extended period of royal patronage. Prince Philip drove a one-off glass-roofed version, and Princess Anne was given a GTE model by the Queen for her 21st birthday, and Julie got caught speeding in it. Launched at the '68 Motor Show, the GTE was quite literally a revelation. As well as looking pretty stylish, it was in fact the first car ever to be made with separate folding rear seats, but it was the cavernous load area with space for
one large dog and a great deal of wet and dirty clothes in the back.
That gave it the edge over other sports cars. There was even enough room in the back to lie down and have a kip. But what's the point of that if you can drive it? With Ford's 138 horsepower V6 from the Capri mounted in its fiberglass body, it's a car that broke a mould and defined an era. Of course, when you drive a car like this, you've got to put your mind back, some 25 years. There's no power steering and there are no brakes. Well, there are, but they're discs on the front and drums on the rear, so emergency stops can be a bit dramatic. But having accepted all that, the front seats are as comfortable as the rear ones are clever, and again, clad in quality leather. So, who are the masterminds behind this revolutionary plastic icon?
We wanted something that would have more room and still retain the sporty image. So we gave Tom Carron of Ogle Design a specification of the sort of customer that we were aiming at, which would be a successful professional, maybe self-employed person.
He got to persuade his wife that she liked the car as well as he.
Needed room for the golf clubs as well as for the baby chair.
But he still wanted to be sporty.
Well, really the most practical type of car was an estate car, but they had the wrong kind of image, an image of traveling salesmen and kids and dogs and low performance and bad handling. So the problem was not to make it look like an estate car. And so we did two versions of what could be done, one of which was an extended greenhouse, which gave a bit more headroom in the back. And the other one was this very controversial design. And so what we tried to do is to make a big B-post, which is the second post on the car there, make that a bit wider, so you only have one glass area behind it, and so it didn't look like an estate car.
And it certainly doesn't feel like one. Once on the move, the steering feel is actually very good, and the throaty V6 encouragingly powerful. But I just love sitting behind this great row of dials from rev counter to oil pressure and start playing with these good old-fashioned rocker switches for all the wipers. And of course, the rear window has got the first ever wash wipe. The GTE ceased production in 1986 after nearly 15,000 had been made. But by that time, Reliant had begun a new range of Scimitars, which moved the name down market, never really caught on, and fizzled out completely in '96. So, with the Robin now gone, does this mean the end of Reliant as a car manufacturer? Well, apparently not, because we've been told there's a new model in the pipeline with a V6 power plant and 4 wheels.